It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting out the side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you because that's New Orleans and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar. Today we're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street. Can anybody else smell pot here? Is it just me?
No.
It's Ferret Street. Yeah.
Is that what it is, Tom?
This is the only place I can't smell pot.
Why can I smell it? Do you think it's on my mic? Is it on my mic?
Is it on your mustache?
Could be on my mustache. I wonder if it's on my mic cover here.
It's because you're sitting next to me, brother.
Dude, have you been smoking a lot of pot?
Fuck yeah.
Come in. This is John Lacey from John Lacey and Delta Funk. You smoke a lot of pot, enough that I could smell it on you?
Yes.
Really? How much do you smoke a day? You have to move in here.
How much a day? I
Well,
forgot
okay.
I smoke pot, man.
Well, do you want to break it down by the month? What's
No.
easier for you, the hour?
The minute.
The minute? Are you smoking pot every minute of every day?
Right now, you don't notice it.
I can't tell. You don't
can't
seem
tell.
high at all. Well, how could I tell? Though? When was the last time you smoked weed, really?
Last night's gig.
Last night?
Yeah.
Meaning this morning, technically?
Yeah.
What time would that be?
About 4 o'clock in the morning was
Okay, and it's now about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so that was 12 hours ago.
Damn, I got to reboot.
Okay, who's
So
got some?
specific.
Tom Chenfiki, do you have
I'm
any
gonna
pot
be,
on
I'm
you?
going to be so boring in this crowd.
Well,
Not with those shoes, man. Look at those awesome shoes.
I didn't even know the AM went that late.
to 4.
That's crazy.
Sometimes you're up in the gym
There's
at
a
4
in
a.m.
the
right?
AM? Wow.
You're a theater guy, though. You must stay up late, don't
I
you?
know. 11 o'clock, we're in bed.
By 11.
Oh, yeah. The curtain's down at 10:30.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What happened to the wild lifestyle in the theater where
I-
everybody
well,
calls each other darling?
That's for a different age group.
You
know, I'm
used to
beyond
live
that
like
age
that.
group. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
You're gone beyond that. We'll talk about that in a minute. So that's John Lacey, Tom Chenfiki, and Addie Najera is back. Hi, Addie.
Hi, how's it going?
How you doing?
I'm doing so good.
Let's talk about your hair.
Oh, thank you.
How's
Thank God
how's it
it's come
looking
up.
so far?
I feel like it's doing okay, but
No problem.
I don't have like a mirror on myself right now.
Well, we couldn't get a mirror. Oh, we could do like a. This is on Facebook Live, so you could tune into it and watch yourself on the show.
I can't. That sounds really
That would be a
depressing.
little
I
narcissistic.
can't do that.
Okay, don't do that. So we're keeping an eye on your hair for you.
Yes, please.
Why is that actually? Why are we keeping an eye on
Oh, I just don't want anyone to be able to see my forehead through my bangs, or
But
else.
what's wrong with your forehead? Is there something on it? Have like a swastika on
Well,
it?
there's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't have bangs if it was perfect. Come on, Grant.
Well, who looks at anyone's forehead, quite frankly?
I don't know if you have a big one, people
Yep.
will look at it.
You think you have a big
It's
forehead.
really big.
You've got
It's-
like some sort of anorexia of the forehead.
I guess that's better than anorexia of the rest of me.
I guess so, but you're not covering up the rest of you. You're wearing like a tank top
Oh.
and whatever. You got shorts.
It's just it's a really big forehead. I can assure you.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
know about
it's
that.
like bigger than 4 fingers. What's that like?
Whose
What's
fingers?
that like 2
Look,
shots?
John,
That's
put
a
your
5
fingers
head.
on. Put your fingers on her head. Look, I think it's
Well,
bigger
yeah.
than your 4
No, it's-
fingers, and you're a professional
huge
guitar player.
fingers.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying.
true.
Most people are shocked when they see it for the first time.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked at
I
all
was
right
not
then. Were you
shocked.
shocked,
No, I
Tom?
was not
Andrew
shocked.
Duhon.
Thank
Shocked?
you.
Couldn't say I was shocked. No.
Thank you, everybody, for
I think it's time.
reassuring me.
I think it's time to reevaluate your forehead.
This is a great compliment circle for me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a good start.
Yeah.
I really think you might have some sort of phobia about that, though.
Well-
Is that funny, really? I'm not kidding. You really think
Well-
your whole life that you've got a giant forehead? Some people do have a giant forehead, I suppose, like an
Yeah.
elephant. So
Well, I mean, if you guys want to help me work through it, I'm fine with that.
we're fine. I think you could put your hair back for the whole show. And
Hey, I have nothing to hide but my forehead, so.
okay. So do you wear a baseball cap normally or anything?
Oh, God, no.
No, that's even worse.
That's much worse.
I have one if you need.
That's a nice one. It says Duff on it, which is what, one of the guys from Guns N' Roses or something?
Bad. How dare you?
Who's Duff?
It's
Oh,
the
I know,
greatest
I know.
beer you'll. Oops.
Oh, it's a
Go-
beer.
Well,
Yeah.
Eddie, what do you
No,
think?
you
it is?
explain it. You explain it.
it's the greatest beer you'll never get to drink. It's the beer they drink on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. Tom, did you know that?
I did not
no,
know that.
Eddie, did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
You were going to say that.
See?
Yep.
I was.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a know-it-all, though.
I thought that Duff was one of the guys in, is it Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Or something
One of
else
those.
like
Yep.
The fabulous Graham DePonte is here. Look at that, our producer,
Hello,
who's
Graham
responsible
DePonte.
for this whole thing coming
Hello.
together. One of the greatest lineups we've ever had, I think, on this show.
Without a doubt.
It's a very interesting bunch of people. And I have to tell you about Wayfair, first of all. It's a restaurant restaurant and a bar where they serve handcrafted food and spirits. They have a whole new menu. Has anyone tried the food here?
It's very good.
More than
I
once.
was
There's
just
John.
here.
You've been here, Tom, before?
Yes.
John, you've been here?
I've had the munchies and came here, yes.
Oh. So how much did you get down here?
Just enough.
Okay, so what time of the night was that? Or daytime, I suppose.
I can't, man.
Can't-
I
who
can't
can remember?
Come on.
I can't remember
Anytime.
things. Things are hard.
Yeah. But you have a pretty good life, though, really, right?
I have a great life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're playing down there on Frenchman Street.
Yep.
Where do you play? Where do you play?
Just up and down that block every night of the week somewhere.
So, a different place every night.
Yeah.
You never
much.
move up, but you've been around the world since we saw you last.
Yeah. I did 2 tours of Europe since the last time we hung out.
And that wasn't
pretty-
that long ago, actually.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
a year ago, maybe?
Less than that, yeah.
Less than this. So you've been overseas twice in less than a year.
Yep.
Where'd you go?
All over Germany, all over Amsterdam. Oh, wait. Holland. Wait, what is that area over there?
That's called Holland, I believe.
Yeah. All over. Yep.
Did you find any of it was much different to Frenchman Street?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
So was it good to get away?
It's great to get away, and touring for me is always great when you get home. You know, no matter how good or miserable a tour is, you get home. It was a great tour. Everything was awesome.
Right.
We
Andrew's
made it
off
home.
on the road next week, I think, or the week after.
Yep. Yeah.
All over the
week and
country?
a half, maybe. Yeah.
Cool.
No, just up northeast and coming on back. Yeah.
Are you playing anywhere you haven't played before?
Yeah, a few places. Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. How do they know about you?
I have a new booking agent. I have a booking agent because the old booking agent was me.
Right. He was pretty nice, your old booking agent.
I was pretty fucking
Why'd
good
you
at it.
fire? Yeah, why'd you fire the guy?
Because I don't like to wake up and deal with booking and go to sleep and think about booking. So this is a really special place. This is
Yeah.
where I always wanted to be, Grant.
Well, you're making
You know?
it.
I don't know if I'm making it.
Well,
but
it's a step in the right direction.
yeah. I
You've gone
think so.
from being an artist who books himself to a guy who's got enough of a
Right. Well,
income to have
the
a booking.
thing is, it becomes a little more sustaining that you can wake up and think about maybe writing another song instead
Right.
of booking a show. Which is finite
and how much does the booking agent get? A cut of what you make?
Yeah, they get a cut.
So it's
But
in his best interest.
what's
to say-
exciting in this business in terms of what I've experienced is when you look at a contract and it says, I'm going to take a percentage of things that don't exist yet, but I'm going to bring to you. I like that idea. When it comes to like contracts that say, I'm going to take a percentage of everything that you got right now, plus what I'm going to bring to you, that's a little scary because what if they bring nothing, or not enough? Then you worry about what they're going to, if they're just coming because they see that you're doing a little bit and you got a little momentum, so they're going to jump on that train and leech a little bit.
So this guy's commission only.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's taking the X percent of whatever you make.
Right. Plus,
Okay.
you know what a sunset clause is?
Anybody know that? Tom, you've got to know that. No?
So the sunset clause can get a little scary. So generally,
Let's have a guess.
Yeah. Anybody want to guess what a
John,
sunset
you got to know
clause
what a
is?
sunset clause is.
Don't get up before.
Yes.
Is it what
Booking
they
it.
get if you die?
No.
Oh, that's
but
a good one.
Interesting. Yeah. It's along those lines. So basically, it's when you sever ties with, say, a booking agent or a record label or whatever it might be, and you have a sunset clause in the contract, which is not unusual. You owe them a percentage as you continue, although you no longer receive their services. So it makes sense from their angle. Look, we're going to put in our utmost effort to get you from A to B. But, if you fire us on your way to B, and then while you're away from us, due to some of our help, you get to C, we'd like to see a little bit of that come our
Jeez,
way.
that sounds
It's like a
that's
prenup.
dangerous.
But on the
Right.
on the other side of
Hey.
that, as a independent artist, you might end up signing away, say, 5 to 2% of what you're making, despite not receiving anything from
This
that
is why
entity
Prince
anymore.
used to have the word slave written on his forehead, by the way, Addie Najera. We forgot to tell people you're a comedian.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a sort of a fun fact.
It's a
about
fun
you.
fact, yeah.
Right. And a funny comedian as well.
Oh, thank you. That
I'm a
would
big
be
fan
really
of this show.
horrible.
I'm a big fan of this thing you did online called House Calls.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised that someone didn't pick that up and turn that into a giant Comedy Central thing.
I know. Wouldn't that have been
Why?
great for me?
Well, you should pursue that.
I need a booking
Tom can
agent.
give you some advice on that in a minute. Do you know what this thing House Calls is? Hey, you describe how it works because it's hilarious.
Yeah, well, we don't do it anymore, but
That's your first mistake, right?
I know,
there.
right? We went to comics' houses and did like a tour of their house, and then made them do stand up for just us. It was me and my partner Cyrus Cooper, who's another great comic.
He's also very funny.
Yes, who's also very funny. And we just made them do stand-up in their house. It was kind of like Cribs mixed with like Room Raiders, mixed with a stand-up show. I really wanted it to be more like about their house, so I could like criticize everything in it, but it had to be about comedy.
Well, it was partly that, but the good thing is these people are forced. They look like they don't know anything is going on, like they're unwilling participants in the beginning.
Is it a surprise?
I know.
You don't
It's
know you're
not a
coming?
surprise, but it kind of looks like one anyway. It's like a,
So they
just a
have
big
to
ol'
do
wink.
they have to do their routine, their regular stand-up comedy routine in their own house for these two, just for the
Yeah.
two of you.
Yeah, it's super
And
awkward.
There's one. It's really weird. And there's one routine where someone's in their bathroom.
Yeah, well, the bathroom had a couch in it, so it seemed appropriate.
nice.
It's really funny.
Yeah, it is a lot
I
of
mean,
fun.
it
well,
really
we
is funny.
picked our favorite comics and a
Well,
lot
why
of our
didn't
friends.
you
so-
try and sell that to Comedy Central as a concept and do it? I mean, imagine going to Sarah Silverman's house or
I know that would have been. I don't
Patton
know. I guess
Oswalt's house,
We
or
don't
those
really
guys.
have any packets made up for selling to Comedy Central right now. But
well, what did you think was going to happen? You just wanted to do that in New Orleans, and how many
well,
people
we thought
ever
about
gonna-
traveling with it a little bit, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of.
Oh, screw that
It's
then,
just,
right?
uh,
Who wants to fucking work?
It's
Yeah, that's a waste of time. Yeah.
I need all
When you
your
can smoke-
audio
you can
and
smoke
video
weed and
people.
Well, you can get those people.
Yeah, no, we had
Look at
actually
all
a
our
great
people.
crew.
You can have Grayson and Asher can come and do the video for you, and Thomas
Oh.
can do the audio.
Thank you guys for volunteering for free. That means
That's
so
no
much
worries.
to
That's
me.
really great.
Yeah.
But they won't have to work for free because this is a hit concept.
I'm sure. So
I'm sure it's coming back.
I'm trying to
at some
visualize
point.
it. What angle are you shooting the comic, and then do you flash to you guys sitting on the couch chuckling at each one, or how's it?
Yeah, well, we do a little bit of a house tour first, so it's like it's kind of like a guerrilla style like shot from like just going through the house, which is usually pretty small because they're comics houses, and then it gets set up for a comedy show. And then you kind of pan back to us laughing or not laughing, depending on what happens.
Yeah, it's super awkward and weird.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
who's right for this? Netflix.
Oh yeah,
This would be
that's
a great
true.
Netflix show. They have so many awesome shows on Netflix that are weird stuff
That's
like this.
true.
You guys could be super famous from this idea.
We might think about it some
Do you,
more now.
do you guys get to choose a snack from their kitchen while the stand-up happens?
We made a snack once.
That's strong.
Yeah, with a combo was the main part of the snack,
What a strange.
like a pizza
Snack,
combo.
yeah, and
yeah, had some
Wait,
fish
like
oil
combos,
on
yeah.
it too. I
The
think.
combo little crunchy things.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like a pizza
Wow.
cheese combo.
That sounds
sometimes
great.
Something made of pretzels.
And is it just you, or are there neighbors or people dropping
There
by?
were some chickens once. Some chickens appeared because
That's
they were
another
there.
good idea.
So
Ain't
yeah.
nobody here but us chickens.
Get the neighbors.
Ain't nobody here.
Why
but
don't we
us.
develop this as an idea
I know,
for you?
really.
Like this group here.
Oh, so you're
We
just
could be the
gonna-
producers.
Just
You could just
stealing
take
my
the
ideas
idea.
now.
No, we just like get like what do we get? 10%, Andrew? How much do they get?
Yeah,
these
I want a
That sounds
sunset
agent
clause.
types.
Yeah. 10%
What-
sounds perfect.
Tom knows a lot about this stuff.
I
you know,
do?
do you know anything about what Tom's done before? I had
don't
no
know.
idea.
I have to say though, you look so familiar, and I'm sure I've seen
That's
you.
'cause he's the-
People say that.
That's because he's the best-looking guy in New Orleans. He's married to the other best-looking guy in New
Damn.
Orleans. There's two good-looking guys in New Orleans: Brian Batt and Tom Chinfiki.
How
they're
are
both
you-
And they're both they're both
Sweet.
taken. Yeah, and now they're both married to each other. So
I'll give that to him.
joke's over.
I'll give that to him. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
He's a very good-looking guy, and so are you. You don't think you're as good-looking as Brian?
No.
Really?
No.
I wouldn't agree with that. What do you think, John?
I think he's smashing.
So, see, there you go.
Well.
Eddie, what about his forehead?
Oh yeah, no, it's
I
He's
great.
got
got
his
a big
hair
forehead.
he's
It's
got his
nothing
hair
but
sweat-
forehead. I mean, I was feeling pretty,
Now you're
fat
self-conscious
over here.
about
I know,
it, yeah.
really.
Oh no, you
I
have
was
very
thinking about the
striking
bangs now.
forehead.
Yeah, maybe you should wear bangs.
It's always an option.
I think you look very intelligent. It makes you look intelligent having a forehead.
I don't know. And then the swastika tattoo, that sounded interesting, too.
Well, that's who's got that?
I don't know.
Charles
Yeah,
Manson.
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson has that famous swastika tattoo. We could all get one today. I've got this.
I'm gonna vote
Super
no,
pen.
just
Just
on
Why?
the outside. I'm just gonna go no.
Just no for the swastika.
Pretty
for
hard
you.
no for me. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
What, do you got something
Okay.
against the Nazis or something?
something like that.
All right.
I try to be edgy, just not that
Very
edgy.
selective of you. All right. But,
Too soon.
but I've always thought Tom was Brian Batt's boyfriend then husband and the guy who owns Hazelnut. And then I see you walking your dogs around the neighborhood and say
Right,
hello. And
right.
You know, we have these conversations like people do. This is a real
Oh,
New
I
Orleans
know
story.
your dogs.
There you
Peggy
go.
and
I know
Pip.
your dog.
Yeah,
That's how you know me?
From the
vet.
vet.
Guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Peggy and Pip.
Look at that.
Bringing people together.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So you're you're a patient or client over at Crescent City
Yes.
Veterinary Hospital.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And Addie works over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I
mean,
thought it
she's
was
not-
because of my fame, but it's not.
Well, you're still famous just because
Teddy
you're a
and Pip are
vet.
very big fans. Of
Oh,
yours.
okay. Thank you so much.
They are.
But you can be famous as anything.
Yeah,
You're famous because you're the vet tag.
he's a really good employee.
Yeah. And Tom's famous because he works at this store on Magazine Street.
Exactly.
That's what I thought he was. I thought he was Brian. First of all, what's it like being Brian Bett's now husband?
Husband.
And what's
Yeah.
I mean, he's so like famous and
It's
super
the
good.
most amazing thing you could ever want to be. And I'm the only person who's ever going to get
Yeah,
to be it.
that's right.
It's
Everybody
amazing.
loves Brian Bett, but he only loves you.
True.
Right.
Very, very true.
Wow.
Yeah. I never
That's-
thought of it that way. I'm lucky.
Yeah, everyone loves him.
It's
They
exciting.
really do. He's
He's a sweetheart.
Everybody loves
He's
Brian.
a good guy, and everybody does love
They
him.
do.
And He
but
does
he
good
doesn't
things.
give a
He's-
crap about any of us except you.
Well,
So what's that
I
like
hope
for you?
so.
What's it like being married to a famous person? Are you always Brian Bett's husband, or are you?
I am when I want a good seat in a restaurant. And that does work, actually.
How's that
I
seat
shouldn't
you're
say
in
that. I shouldn't say that.
That's interesting. So we could use that too.
No, yeah, you
Who
can.
would know I wasn't Brian Bett's husband until they saw me show up? But what is it? Is it strange being like known as somebody famous's other half, other than a person in your own right?
I never even thought of it that way. It's always been who we are and what we are, and no matter where we were, even when we were nobody, he was somebody because he's gregarious that way. So
Right.
it was always Brian and whoever, and so I was always whoever, and it was just always fun. So it's fun to be around him, and he's always a good thing.
Right.
So-
So it's not. There's no negative to being known as
No,
the other guy.
None. There's no
There's
negative.
Brian and the other guy. I would have thought it
Exactly.
might at some point got like annoying, and because when I didn't know.
Are you
anything-
trying to get to my book that's coming out? In the
Oh,
fall?
what's it called?
No.
I didn't know anything. I really didn't know anything
I'm
about
not-
you
I'm not writing a
until
book.
Graham handed me this information about you yesterday. I'm like, holy shit! Look at all the stuff you've done.
Well, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I'm going to tell everybody because it's amazing. Tom started off in the theater in New York as one of the actors in one of the longest running off-Broadway shows ever called Forever Plaid.
Right.
That was where was that? Upstairs
Many years. It was a
72nd
little.
Street or something?
Yeah, it was on 72nd Street in New York. It ran for many, many years. It was and I did that show for many, many years, and played all over the country. And I did it all over the country. I started mounting shows. I then, from that, became a director. I directed then other different sorts of things all over the place. And then I wanted to be a casting director, so I started as a casting director in New York City. I cast for Jay Binder Casting in New York City. And that was before Disney Theatrical had their own sort of casting agency. So I was casting for the Broadway productions of Beauty and the Beast and Aida and Lion King.
So you cast Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, and Aida on Broadway.
I was a casting director on those shows.
You
yes.
picked the people who were going to be the stars.
Yeah, well, I helped pick the people that were going to be the stars of tomorrow.
Wouldn't that be huge enough by itself? I mean, that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's big.
It's all big,
big, yeah.
isn't it?
That's big,
yeah.
bro.
Well,
any one
yeah.
of those things. First of all, being one of the original cast members of Forever Plaid, that would get you.
Well, I wasn't original. I was in with the second cast.
So you were in the long running and
Right.
the stable.
Well, we
cast.
all were. Yeah, we all
And
were.
then, and then you're a big deal director and casting director
A big deal.
on Broadway.
Well, yeah.
Not some sort of summer stock theater in upstate New York or, down here casting whatever, I don't know what, Treme, which would be cool enough,
Well,
actually.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty
okay,
big
that's the only
time
one I
for
could think of.
me. That's
It's
national
not actually.
television.
It's just a little HBO show. It's not like some of the biggest stuff ever on Broadway, The Lion King.
Well, Disney's
pretty
got
impressive.
something going on there.
So you've been here for how many years in New Orleans?
13.
13. Do you miss
Yeah.
that kind of
I miss
staying up till 11?
I miss New York. Yes. Well, I miss that there's always something, exciting in that artistic vein. Always, always, always. I hate to say that because there is. You can, if you search it out here, find it. But you at any moment can just find something in New York, and
Right.
and that's what was sad was that you get complacent in that in New York, and you start to get lackadaisical, and you forget about it, and you stop doing it. And it's
What
not
do you
until
end
you
up doing?
leave. Well, you stay
Just
home,
stay home.
and you read the New York Times, and you don't go
Go out to
outside.
dinner and then
exactly
go home.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
have this thing called pizza up there.
yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And delivery.
Delivery, home. Yes.
John, you're from New Jersey, right?
That's right.
So you grew up at the same.
Yep.
You moved down here for the music.
Yes.
What year was that?
I moved down here, I think, in 97.
And Tom, when did you get here? A bit later than that.
2002.
All right.
Yeah.
Close enough.
3, 2, something like
There
that.
you go.
Do you miss anything about New Jersey, John?
Yeah.
Like what?
I miss the whole everything. The weather. I
Well,
like,
there is.
I like weather
This ti-
changes.
I
like.
love seasons.
Yeah.
Eddie, where did you come from?
I'm from Connecticut, actually.
So you guys are
Oh,
all
we're
from the
right-
north.
we're-
This
we're
is
the tri-state.
embarrassing.
We're the tri-state right here.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with us, man. We know some guys.
I don't know any guys.
You all got out though.
Yeah.
What did you get out for? What made you?
Well, I went to college in Iowa, and then I followed a friend of mine here.
Was it a
Yeah.
guy or something?
No, it was a friend.
Just a
Her
real
name
friend.
was Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
So Anna was coming here, so you came here too.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything else going on. I was watching a lot of True Blood, and I was like, "Oh, this is where all the hot guys are." So I
When you
I
found
see
Cyrus.
the error now.
Cyrus is pretty hot. He's very tall.
Oh yeah, no, he's good.
Yeah. So how did you? Were you being a comedian in Connecticut, or did that only come when you got here?
No, I started doing comedy here in New Orleans, like within 6 months of moving here.
How do you do that?
I was
Tell
like,
them about Connecticut.
oh yeah, well, I've
Anybody here from out of town?
That'll make you a comedian.
That's funny.
Just mention
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Connecticut's kind of boring, actually.
What's it? What goes on in Connecticut? What's it famous for? Who's the senator from
I
Connecticut?
think it's famous for being the wealthiest state in the country, but I don't know if that's
Wow.
true anymore. I think we've lost some money, which is fine.
That's because people retire, I guess, from New York or move from New York to
Yeah,
Connecticut.
yeah.
And the first standalone pizza joint opened in New Haven, Connecticut. Before New York City, ready to play.
Because you like to bring shit back to pizza,
That's
I
great.
see.
You-
Dude,
You love
remember we
pizza.
talked about
Yeah,
the weed
the
thing?
weed.
Shh, don't tell nobody.
Pizza. what do you mostly eat when you get the munchies? Pizza or chocolate?
Beer.
Beer. Really? You like to get high and drink beer?
You
Well,
know?
no wonder you're a
You
rock and
know?
roll guitar player. Yeah. That's all there is.
So I didn't mean to derail your.
No, nothing like feeling weird and bloated at the same time.
Look at me right now.
You look pretty good.
Thanks.
Your bangs are a mess. But
I'm hiding my Schwarzenegger. Shut up, man.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned that. So how did you know what's it like the first time you get up and do comedy?
Well, the first time I did stand up,
What was-
I had a sinus infection, so I went to the doctors earlier that day and got a steroid shot, so I felt awesome.
Wow.
I felt like the king of the world. So,
I didn't even know you could get a steroid shot for a sinus infection.
yeah, you can get several.
Not an antibiotic shot like I would think you would get.
No, a steroid shot clears up the sinuses.
What doctor is this? Is it?
It was at an
Feel
urgent
good.
care. Actually, you know what? I think it was Dr. Peacock.
No way.
Yeah, for real. That's a
Dr.
doctor at
Peacock.
urgent care.
That's
Yeah,
rad. I love
It was
that.
very good.
Library with a candlestick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. From Clue. Dr. Peacock. Dr. Peacock on Magazine Street.
Yeah.
Magazine Street Urgent Care.
You know
I think
him.
I went there.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
I don't know.
So I
Is he-
think.
so that wasn't that long ago then? Because he can't have been there that long, if I can remember his
Maybe
name.
I'm mixing up two urgent cares.
I have no idea. Is that really where he is?
I think so, yeah. But this was 5 years ago.
So you went to urgent care on the day that you're doing stand-up, and the guy said, I'm going
Yeah.
to give you a steroid shot, and you thought that's a good idea.
Well, yeah.
All right.
It didn't really, yeah. I was just like, sure, go for it. I feel like crap. Let's get it rolling.
And where was this? Not the urgent care, but the stand-up. Where was your first stand-up?
It was at somebody's house. They were doing an open mic at this place. It was
It's
called
not too stressful if it's someone's
Yeah,
house.
it was called a Shotgun Near You. These people opened a house and had shows there. So it was real small, but there were like plenty of people there, and it was great. It
What was your first line?
I don't remember. I think I had a joke about New Orleans, which I think was probably pretty embarrassing because I had only lived here for like 7 months.
So you're writing jokes for yourself.
Yeah.
When you've never done stand-up in your life, how did you know how to write a joke even?
I didn't. I had no idea if I was doing it right.
You don't remember the
don't-
first joke? I can't even imagine writing a joke. Let's write a joke.
Okay, I got a joke for you.
Oh, go
Okay.
for it.
You can
yeah.
use this in your act.
Please, yes, I
All right.
won't, but please tell
You
me.
won't? You,
I won't.
Damn. We're shot down
That'd be
already.
like-
Yeah, really. Boy, that's surreal.
After you told me that, I'll like give you a song or something.
All right, I'll take it.
Oh, I see. It's
Oh,
an
man.
insult to tell a comedian a joke.
Is-
like
is
she's
it?
telling you,
No,
I'll
I-
write you a song.
No, I want to hear a joke, but I'm not going to use it.
Okay.
Go for it.
This wife goes to her husband, baby, I got something that's going to make you happy and sad. He's like, well, what? She says, your dick's way bigger than your brother's.
Okay.
You can't
You
use
could
that?
totally use that, Eddie. Nobody laughed except me, I
I
noticed.
feel like
though.
somebody might think I'm plagiarizing now that it's gone on record
Well, what
as
if
your
you said,
joke.
what if you said, here's a joke John Lisi from Delta Funk told me.
Right.
I could do that.
And then it sort of
Just-
covers you.
it's yours. Own it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Who told you that joke?
I don't know. Holy shit.
Did you make it up?
I'm sure
No,
you
I
did.
heard it. I'm sure I heard it, yeah.
It's one of those
I
ones
have
you
zero creativity whatsoever.
Have you remembered that for forever, that joke? Like from way
No,
back?
I have to repeat jokes over and over again. I like one joke a year is all I have. So
yeah, I
that's-
don't remember any jokes at all.
I made
Tom,
up
do you
a
know any
joke.
jokes?
Yeah, I can't think of one right now.
Me
of
neither.
course, but
I made one up.
yeah.
I'll tell you an original joke.
Oh, yes, I
come
wanna
on.
hear
All
it.
right.
You can't use this in your bit though.
Okay, I like that.
What is a pilot? How does a pilot usually like his burger?
Oh, boy.
How do pilots usually like their burger? Just just plain.
Okay, good
That's
delivery
good.
as
Thanks,
well.
y'all. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Nice. Okay.
I think I wrote one of those in like first grade or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
something like that.
I've kept it in my pocket for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's the best that I can do.
That's good.
That's nice.
Thanks.
And what do you do now, Eddie? How do you work up material?
What?
How do you do work out material now? Do you write
go to
jokes?
open mics? Yeah. Honestly, most of the jokes I have are like things that I've said to friends that I just continue to say to larger groups of people.
Right. What sort of stuff do you do? Like, is it observational?
It's all about me.
It's all about you.
Yeah, I don't think I have all my jokes are like what I look like, what I think about this. I mean, they're really all about me. They're
Where
pretty
are the best
self-centered.
open mics in town for comics?
There's a lot of great open mics. There's so many mics now. But Carrollton Station is the longest running mic in the city every Wednesday night.
Yeah, love that place.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Don't you host one as well?
No, I don't. I used to host one, but it closed very quickly
Oh,
because
okay.
the bar hated us.
Oh.
But yeah.
Because no one
Bastards.
buys drinks. The bar wants people to come there and
Yeah.
buy drinks. So what were they doing? No one showing up, or
Well,
just sitting there?
the patrons were very loud, and the bar said that they didn't want to shush them. So
Why
they
would
were
they
like,
want to shush them? It's a fucking bar. Did you mention that to them? Where was this?
it was at Circle Bar.
What?
Yeah, it was just a nice little space, though.
They
It
have
wasn't-
bands in there. Why would they? Why would
Yeah.
they think you're being too loud? That's weird.
Oh no, not us. Like the regulars
Oh.
wouldn't stop talking during the
Oh,
comment.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard. I mean, that's probably the hardest thing
Right.
about bringing comedy to New Orleans is that people in bars don't want to be quiet because they want to have a good time, which is totally reasonable. And then all of a sudden they're like assaulted with like people who are demanding attention on stage.
Right. Here's something about me.
Yeah, I'm sure
Why don't
that's
you
like
shut
very
up?
different from like bands who are like, it's cool if people talk
Right.
because they're enjoying my music or
Depends
something.
on the
I
music.
don't know.
Do you like people to listen to you, John, or you get
know-
insulted?
Honestly, okay, so being perfectly honest,
Yeah.
right? So I love it when they listen. That's great, right? But I love it when they don't and they start yapping and you can hear them yap and then just turn up and hurt them. Hurt them.
That's
Like
awesome.
literally just hurt them. It's like, all right, you motherfucker. Yeah.
Well,
You
what's
can't-
it like for you? Because you're playing every night on Frenchman Street, and almost nobody's come to see you, right?
And never. I've never had a single person ever.
I mean, people who have seen you. I mean, most locals don't go down there. And
No, a
most
lot of
tourists,
locals do.
They do. I
Yeah,
take it all
yeah.
back then,
Oh,
really.
yeah, absolutely.
So you have people who come to see the band.
Last night alone, okay, and okay, the night after Labor Day, Tuesday after Labor Day,
Right.
is
Pretty quiet.
notoriously bad.
Right.
We had fans from Austria, England, and freaking Texas.
Come on.
Yeah, and,
okay.
and locals. Yep.
Wow.
But then,
Okay.
of course, then a group of people walk in, and they're just there to talk and hear each other talk. And at that point, I just tell the band, get big. That's whenever
Stand
I
it up.
say get big, that means drummer hit the fucking cymbals. Everyone just get big. and make them feel like schmucks. And then as soon as they shut up, we get super quiet. And then,
And they're shouting.
Yeah. And it's great. I love
Wow,
doing
I didn't
it.
know that was going on stage. When you,
That's such a good tactic.
Yeah,
you could
I love
try
doing
that,
it.
Addie.
Just like say my words louder.
Just start.
Yeah.
Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get all death
Angry.
metal on the
Yeah.
mic. You will listen to my joke now.
Hey, John, what about playing something for us then? We have a red guitar here. Now, we have
All
this,
right.
This is on Facebook Live. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, watch this guy play the guitar. If you're just listening to this as a podcast, you can go back to our page. It's New Orleans on Facebook, and take a look at John playing the guitar.
Yeah, check me out.
You guys get to see something amazing here. We're around a very, very small little table, right on top of you, basically.
Yeah, here
This
we
is
are.
like a master class in guitar playing. What are you going to play?
I'll do one of my songs. Why the fuck not, right? A song called Got Cleaned Up. As I'm drinking beer in the afternoon in New Orleans. Well, I got cleaned up. I crashed my car. I got cleaned up. I lost my job. I got cleaned up. I couldn't find my friends. I got cleaned up. I started getting depressed. Oh no. I got cleaned up and some new tattoos. I got cleaned up and a case of damn blues. I got cleaned up. It made it hard to speak. I got cleaned up a fifth time this week. Listen what I gotta say. You should not drink and you should not smoke. Chase no girls and don't you do no coke. Don't eat no meat and don't you wear no fur. Send $5, help save the world. Help a little old lady and get across the street. Be nice to every douchebag that you meet. Now get cleaned up is what they say. Come on, do it, y'all, before it's too late. And get cleaned up and just like me and be in self-imposed misery. I got cleaned up. Well, I got cleaned up. I got cleaned up. I said you should not drink and you should not smoke. Chase no girls and don't you do no coke. Don't eat no meat and don't you wear no fur. Send $5, help save the world. Help a little old lady get across the street. Be nice to every douchebag that you meet. Now get cleaned up is what they say. Come on, do it, y'all, before it's too late. And get cleaned up and just like me and be in self-imposed misery. I got cleaned up. Well, I got cleaned up. I got cleaned up.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Can you just listen to that all day?
Yeah.
I would love to be able to just. Do you play it at home? Like you just sit
Yeah.
around and play the guitar?
That's my girlfriend. I drive her crazy all day.
That's your girlfriend right over there. Okay. She's come down, hanging out the bar as well in the afternoon.
She knows I got paid last night, so she's at the bar.
Well, nice. I love the way you play the guitar, don't you, Andrew, as well?
Yeah, it's great, man.
What is it? Why do I like it? What is it about his style of playing that's different?
Why do you like it? I don't know. Why does he like it?
What do you think? It's something. Tom, what do you think?
I think it's real.
It's real?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's very casual. It's
looks
like
so
easy to
easy.
listen to. Yeah.
Thanks.
It's like effortless and fluid, but it's got some sort of a movement, like dynamic. It's rocking along, but it's intricate at the same time.
Oh, well, thanks.
There's something about your playing.
Maybe one kind of technical element is that John's playing, every night for 4 hours or whatever it might be with a band, and you got to keep time. And usually you listen to a guy with just an acoustic guitar playing by themselves. If you put him next to a metronome, they'd not be in time. But John keeps a groove, a steady pace, and that can feel musical subconsciously. Even you don't recognize what's happening, but it's moving at that pace that your caveman brain says, "Oh, this is nice," because it moves fluidly in that pace.
That's what it is. Just the caveman.
It could be.
Me appeal to cavemen.
Knocking.
I thought I had some sort of intellectual, cerebral, connection with the
Grant,
music.
I think
but
he called you a
it's just the
caveman,
caveman brain. Okay.
It's a primal.
Well, that's all it is.
Primal
It's
need
just
to
some
rock.
sort of rocking along. Hey, can you play something in the background for me, John, while I read these sponsor messages, and then we're going to come back and talk about what are we talking about after I get through these sponsor messages.
You're asking.
I was going to maybe find out what Tom's up to.
That sounds great.
Because are you directing Pippin? Is that right?
I will be when you come back. Sure,
Okay,
I'll
when we
make it
come
up.
back right after these messages. Hey, listen, if you are finding yourself a few drinks in or high as hell and you need a ride home, Uber is the smartphone app that connects you with a ride at the tap of a button. It's safe, it's easy and reliable. You can request a ride at any time and a car comes directly to you like magic. Does anybody not have the Uber app here?
No.
You got it?
I got it.
You got it. Tom, you got it. John, you got Uber on your phone? You don't. You're the man to listen to this then.
I just walk home.
If you ever want to get Uber, this is what you do. Download the app from the iStore or the Apple or with the Android store. And when you come to fill out this thing that says like promotions section, write the words Happy Hour NOLA in the promotions code thing, and you'll get your first ride free up to $20 courtesy of Happy Hour and Uber. So there you go. If you know anybody anywhere in the country who doesn't have the Uber app, tell them to download it and write Happy Hour NOLA in there and get the first ride for $20 free. Thanks to Basic Swimmer Gym, a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style. You can get a bikini, a one-piece, and you can get a cover-up there as well. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm picking hair off my shirt.
Off your shirt from dogs?
Yes, from dogs.
Right. How many dogs a day do you have to hold, I wonder?
Oh, like 20, 30.
Yeah. Do you have favorites apart from Tom's dogs and my dog?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
My dog's the greatest, right?
Your dog is really good.
He is
yeah.
gorgeous.
It's a good dog. And, yeah, of course.
And Tom's dogs, what are they called?
Tom's dog's great.
Peggy and Pip.
Peggy and Pip.
Peggy's a great name for a dog.
Pip, I think. Don't you have a dog called Pip? Graham has a dog called Pip as well. You guys have both got dogs called Pip.
We do.
Yeah, good idea to stop playing while I'm just digressing. Okay, I'm going to get back to it now. At Basic Swimmer Gym, you can get a bikini, one piece of cover-up, and everything you need for beach and poolside. It's right across the street from Hazelnut, actually, which is also on Magazine Street, as well as Basics Lingerie, the lingerie store. How often are you in Hazelnut? Every day?
Just about. Just about.
So
not
you're
all
there-
day, every day.
You're not there, but some part of the day you're working in the store, selling stuff.
Yes.
Well, that must be interesting. Let's get on to that in a minute. Hey, thanks to Mays Guitar and Sisters in Christ Record Shop, where you'll find thousands of records and books and a huge array of vintage guitars. Did you know about this, John?
I had no idea.
Vacuum tube amplifiers and effects pedals from the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Wow.
You're the kind of guy who needs to go down there.
I'm on my way now.
Check it out. Whether you've never picked up a guitar in your life, John, or you've been playing forever, you'll find a gem at Mays Guitar on Magazine Street. It's 3 blocks of the downtown side of Jefferson Avenue. It is a super cool store. Have you been in there yet, Andrew? You haven't been in there either. Addie, have you been in there?
No,
They've got
I haven't.
thousands of records. Tom, you must have been, right? Because it's just down the street from your store.
Yes, I love it.
I know you'd love it, right?
Yes.
It's an
absolutely.
awesome store. They have thousands of records and books and all these old guitars hanging on the wall, and I don't even know what is it? Vacuum amp, something or other is.
Vacuum tubes are only things that you should use ever.
Do you have a vacuum tube amp?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, you need to go and check it out.
Yeah,
then.
I should
You
check it
definitely should go. We'll go after the show. Thanks to Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. You go to the Hangover Destroyer website. It's called hdestroyer.com, and you can write Happy Hour and the coupon code there. And also get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer, so you too can seize the dawn. Thank you very much to all those folks, and thank you for music provided by John Lacey from John Lacey and Delta Funk, which you can hear on Frenchman Street every night of the week, except for when you're in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you are, Tom. Super handsome, married to the handsomest guy in New Orleans, super successful Broadway actor, director, casting agent. You've directed plays all over the country, and you have to fucking deal with people walking into the store at Hazelnut, which sells what, like interior decorating
Gifts
type
and home
things.
furnishings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what is that like?
It's great. You know, it's fun. My store's
great.
my store is full of stuff that you do not need.
Okay.
I like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's there's nothing in there that
Sounds like my refrigerator.
that you have to have, but it's full of beautiful things that make you happy or that will make someone else happy that you want to buy for someone else to make them happy, or a gift, or just just something to make someone's day.
And you're making enough money on the shop to stay alive because you've been there for how many
13
years?
years.
13
Yeah,
years.
this will be our 14th Christmas.
Oh my God! But you're doing other stuff at the same time. Like you're directing Pippin.
Yes. For the Little Theater.
Let's at Le Petit.
Yes.
It's their 100th anniversary.
It is their
Which is-
100.
it's a big
it's
deal.
the opening show of their 100th producing seasons. Yeah, it's a huge deal.
So
It's-
that's a pretty good gig to have gotten here, isn't it?
I love that theater, and to the honor to direct the show that is opening their 100th season it's pretty exciting.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah, I'm
Who
thrilled.
made the deal for you? Andrew's agent?
Andrew, he's his agent.
Do you do it all yourself?
I fired that guy.
That sunset clause got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
every time, man.
Do you have an agent and all that kind of stuff?
No.
They just call you up and say, "How'd you like to
Yeah,
direct?"
I just sit
Pippin?"
by the phone and wait for it to ring. It's lonely.
Okay,
It's very
sad.
lonely.
So, how many people at this table know what Pippin is about? Anybody?
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Addie? No. John?
Didn't he used to play for the Bulls?
Scotty
Good
Pippin.
one.
No?
That's a different.
Different.
Spelled different.
It's a musical, right?
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know that much about theater.
Yeah,
Help us out.
It
Me
is,
neither.
it is very loosely based on the life of Charlemagne, and the musical is about his son Pippin. In real life, Charlemagne did not have a son Pippin; he had a father Pippin. So I don't know really how they pieced that all together, but
I bet I'm the only person.
but it
here
was the
thinking this
70s.
question.
It was the 70s, and there was a lot of hallucinogenic stuff going on.
Well, that's
so,
what did
So
it.
it's a 70s rock music.
Who is Charlemagne? Anyone know that one?
Charlemagne was the the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire.
No, I didn't know that.
In
Did any
the
of you
Middle
guys know
Ages.
that?
I vaguely remember that from 6th grade.
Yeah,
history.
Connecticut.
So when it's
John,
one of
you have
those-
a real education.
I would have got the
It's
multiple
the dude
choice
from the.
right.
It's the dude from the Steely Dan song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
What song was that?
Kid Charlemagne.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that either.
Doesn't it sound exciting?
It's a great name.
What's it? What exactly is the show about? Charlemagne's son. Pippin?
It's it's an everyman story. It's about a kid who just wants to be the best thing that he could possibly be, and his search for happiness in the world. And it's just this strange group of players who come together and try to make him go on this journey to find it, and all these wild and wacky and wonderful things happen to him.
Okay, so it's a magical journey.
Yes.
Somehow.
Very magical.
Through what kind of a land?
All different kinds of land. So I've chosen to set it. We start out in 1916 New Orleans because that's where the theater
100
began.
years ago.
Yes, 100
Okay,
years
that's
ago.
cool.
And then we go back in time to the Middle Ages and all times in between.
Jesus, what was New Orleans like 100 years ago?
Like it is now.
Yeah,
Smell
pretty
it,
much
though,
the
right?
With no air conditioning.
Yeah.
We'd be sitting in here sweating our asses off.
Yes.
We wouldn't be doing a podcast, I suppose. There is that. But what was it like, really? Other than it kind of looked the same in the French Quarter, I
It
suppose.
did. The French Quarter looked a
Legal
lot
absinthe.
the same. Yes.
Absinthe was legal, still is.
And yes, there was a lot of drinking, and they looked to vaudeville was a big thing, and magicians were a huge thing. Vaudeville and magicians, and a lot of fire tricks, and they were into Houdini was a big thing.
That was when Houdini was alive, 100 years ago. Really?
Yeah.
Have you worked all this into it?
A little bit, yeah. Well, the vaudeville stuff definitely,
Wow.
definitely, yeah.
So you can set this play anywhere you want then?
Pretty much.
What was the original one set in? Like,
Who knows? It was the
okay.
70s. Didn't I say that?
Wasn't it?
Well, it was
It
the
was
70s,
close.
and they loosely had it in the Middle Ages, but you didn't really know where the troupe was
Oh, okay.
set, and it was very anachronistic, and
But this
mine
got-
is too.
It's got to have something good in it because it's one of the most famous
Yeah, it has
musicals.
great
even though
music, and
it's like we
it's
don't
fun.
know anything about it, but we know the
Right.
name Pippin. It's
Yeah.
a big deal, but we don't know anything about it at all.
It's fun music, and it's a good show. Funny.
And that's a great
Fast.
theater. Anything
It's
at that theater is great. So
It's a good theater.
So how do you start off? You have to cast it first,
Right.
So were there auditions? So it's all that's all done.
It's all done. Yeah, we open in a week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So when is opening night?
For the 16th, Friday the 16th.
Friday the 16th of September,
Right.
2016, if you listen
Yes.
to this. At any time beyond that, it's
Yes,
too late.
for the
And how
next-
long does it run for?
It runs for that weekend and the 2 weekends following it. So
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work for 3
It
weeks.
is a lot of work.
Oh, my God.
Can,
You have to-
can we go back to when you said that thespians, go to bed at 11, which I can understand, but after the closing night, don't you all go out and get fucked up or something?
No, we go to bed.
Damn,
Yeah.
not the closing night.
Yeah,
You
no,
just
go
like,
to bed. Right to bed.
That's why we're
All
not
right.
in the theater, I guess.
Man,
Doesn't sound too exciting.
you're
I
you're
thought they
putting
had a
so
great
much
life.
work into one thing, over and over again. I had some thespian friends, and they learn all their lines and they perform the
Right.
thing.
Maybe the
3 or
young
4
ones
times.
do. I don't know.
I don't know. I
been
don't
a
know
while.
that he does or she does all the time, but it seems like I don't know. It seems like you would form these bonds, these camaraderies, and
No,
whatnot.
the theater is, yeah.
Well, how do you
There's
think?
a lot of
How do you
But
think
maybe
you get
it's-
to look like this?
theater people have a
Not
lot
by
of fun.
staying. This is
Yeah.
what you look like if you stay up all night,
Yeah.
John Lacey.
Oh,
This is what you
I'm
look
only
like.
17 years old, man. Go his route. Go
You
his
look
route.
like Tom Chanfiki if you go to bed at 11 o'clock every night. So let that be a lesson to you,
You gotta
Addie.
go home and walk your dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there is
Right.
that. Good point. So, Addie, you've got a show coming up too.
Yes, I do.
What are you doing? You're recording a live album.
I'm recording an album. Yeah, it'll be my first full-length comedy album on September 30th. It's going to be really fun.
September 30th, 2016, which is where is that going to be?
Is at the Mudlark Public
Oh, yeah.
Theater.
That place is awesome.
On Port Street. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's kind of this serendipitous thing that I ran into the woman who runs it.
Perfect.
And we met, and she was like, if you ever want to have a comedy show here, and I'd be like, you know what? I actually do want to have my comedy show there. So it worked out great, and it's a really cool space.
So it's one night only?
Yeah.
So you have only got like 45 minutes to be the best you've ever been in your whole life to make a record.
Yeah, for now. I mean, I'll be better in 5 years, so
So-
I'm not super worried about it.
I have a question because I've listened to a few comics on Spotify because
Yeah.
you're driving down the road too much and you get tired of listening to music and you listen to podcasts and you listen
Sure.
to comedians and whatnot. Do some of these guys who are and gals who are recording their comedy thing, do you think they bring in some of their pals so they know laugh just a little bit too loud? They bring in those like loud
Oh,
laughers
yeah.
because
Why
some of
not?
these have like those folks in them that laugh and it becomes annoying, like on
Hey,
the
I'm-
recording.
I'll just take this opportunity to call any distinctive laughs
Yeah.
who want to come to my show.
Yep. Yeah.
You got me?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, September 30th.
Now, you've got a good laugh.
Bring a weird one. Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really good.
Nice
That's
distortion. It's
distinctive.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little
Yeah, I
Lemmy
mean-
in there.
It's only $5 as well. It says
Yeah,
here.
it's
My
$5.
info.
It's real cheap. It's going to be so much fun. There's puppets all over the
Puppets?
place in there. Yeah.
Fuck, you had me at puppets.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
This is what it says in the thing online. It says exclamations of awe will also be accepted, such as "Wow, what comedy!"
That's a good.
So you
yes,
should
please.
say that. Wow, what
Wow,
comedy!
what comedy.
Oh, that's a
Thank
good.
you.
That's a professional actor.
Well, I almost
Wow, what
believed
comedy!
it.
Or try this one, Tom. I'm amazed and loving this.
I'm amazed and loving this.
Oh,
This is
nice!
great, yeah.
Try this one. That's a winner.
That's a winner.
That's very
This
nice.
is
Very
everything
good.
I ever dreamed
Okay,
of.
so we could divide these up.
Yeah.
Andrew, you could say that's a winner. Tom could say
I
I'm
think
amazed.
Tom
and
should
loving
just say them all. We can put it
I
on a
think-
keychain pocket pal.
Oh,
you, just,
yeah.
you have to
Could get-
sustain it for a while.
Get world
though,
famous
so.
Steve Wynn to do and put on a pocket
Yep,
on
that's
the
right. Yeah,
keychain
the
thing.
pocket pal thing is the way to go.
Tom, do that one again. And what did it say? I'm amazed and loving this.
I'm amazed and loving this.
I'm amazed. I'm
great.
loving this. Yeah.
I'm amazed. I can't do it as well as you can, though. That's really great. You could just
amazed
get
and loving. I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Yeah, it's like you keep you hit it like a DJ. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Good idea. We could all come and yell out things like, So you
That's
wrote
great.
this blurb online somewhere.
Yeah, I
and
wrote
the,
that.
The album is called...
Well, the show is called "Isn't This Fun?" The album is unnamed so far.
Oh, well, you
'Cause the
could use...
album is
You could use the name I'm trying
I like-
to talk Andrew.
I
into
like
That's your
calling
name.
his
That's
album.
your name.
What is it?
Unnamed so far. That's the
Unnamed
name.
so
Okay,
far.
that's
Fuck,
good.
that's rad, yeah.
Okay.
It
I'm
might
stealing
be.
it if you're not using it.
It might be Mr. Jim. GYM.
We don't know the
we
context, but
don't-
okay.
Mr. GYM.
Yeah, Mr.
I liked
Jim.
"Isn't This Fun?" What is the "Isn't This Fun" named for? What is that name for?
Nothing, just a general thought I
like it.
had. Is hey, isn't this fun?
It's just
Yeah.
sort of postmodern,
Yeah, I like
sarcastic,
I like "Isn't This
Yeah.
Fun?"
ironic.
It doesn't have a question mark afterwards, but you can answer if you wanted.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's not a question.
rhetorical.
I like it.
It's rhetorical. Yeah, there's the. I mean, that typically means it's not fun, of course, right? Isn't this fun? Is usually a
Depends on
sarcastic.
what mind space the reader is in, I
But
think.
there's nothing that ruins a moment like saying, "Isn't this fun?"
Well,
And that's why you
Depends on what
called it
you're
that,
doing.
right? Isn't it?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
think
know.
about
Isn't
it.
this interview fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's just
You're
a
right.
total
Jimmy.
downer.
Holy shit, you're right.
yeah, but not if you say it like, "Isn't this fun?"
It's
It
something
just
like
makes
a-
me think. It makes me reconsider my friendship with the person who said it.
Right, well, right there's a problem. It's something that your like second grade teacher would say. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
When you're
it.
doing something that you really
Well,
hate,
they have to
like
reaffirm
the
to
water
themselves
park
that it's
day
fun.
trip.
You know.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
But I thought that's why you called it that, because you're so confident in your own ability
yeah.
that you can laugh at yourself even.
You guys threw a lot more layers onto this than I had.
You didn't
ever
spend a lot of time
anticipated.
thinking about it. This is going to
did
last forever.
not.
This record, people are going to steal this record for all eternity.
Well,
man.
not if I have a better album later.
They're still going to steal this one. It's going to be there
It'll be the
forever.
Yeah, but it
First
won't
one.
matter anymore.
Yeah, forever.
Believe me, we've learned our lesson. These shows, everything you do on the internet never dies.
That's good.
Someone
but
is listening to
that's
this
good.
in like 2027.
I feel significantly more
Mm-hmm.
confident about everything I've ever done now. Thank you.
It's never going to die. You're going to be old and withered, and those bangs are going to fall. And you'll have a whole new hairstyle.
Yeah.
And
Well,
someone will still be listening to this story about you and your bangs.
That's
there-
great.
but
What a
there-
good legacy.
But there
So-
will be more and more senseless podcasts that get out there,
So
so
we
it
just
become
get
more and more
swamped in the-
irrelevant, and
Yeah.
it won't
Well,
matter.
You're
it's
right.
important that like centuries from now, people realize that I felt weird about my bangs. So, thank
It's
you.
important that we record all this for posterity,
Yeah.
seeing it's all about you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Do you have an opening line for your show that we can rehearse it? Because Tom can rehearse saying, what was it? I'm amazed and loving this. What's the opening line going to be?
The opening line for my show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably going to start with one joke that starts with compliments are a dangerous thing.
Do you want to blow it by telling us now? Or?
No, I
No, I
don't,
don't want to tell the
no.
joke.
No.
Grant, stop trying to get stuff for free.
Oh, I don't. It's only $5.
I'll give you
so-
$5.
Oh, yeah. What if we all chip in and put in $1.50
You guys
each?
will all give me $5.
I got a 5 spot
You
on
had
it.
your shot. You could have used that joke I gave you just now. If you were there.
Yeah.
You were there.
If you
also-
all give me 20, I'll do the album right now.
You got a stock laugher
Okay.
right here, and a guy to give you critical acclaim. You
Yeah.
know, with the perfect inflection. I don't know. You got kind of everything going on right now.
Yep.
You got any other jokes? We can all
I
do
already
it.
said it once. One
That was
show,
it.
one
All
show
right,
nightly.
right.
Sorry.
No.
Okay. So we're not going to hear the first joke.
No.
Do you have a closing one?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
I haven't decided yet, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it nerve-wracking to have to do this sort of thing?
A little bit, but this is stuff I've been working on for 5 years, so
Okay.
How
I'm
long
pretty
are
confident.
How long are comic specials? How long is that?
a special is usually an hour.
So
I'm
you
doing
know,
a little less than an hour.
An hour of material is too much to learn, right? You know, so some of it you
What
have
do
to
you-
kind
Tom,
of
you
use
agreeing
your
with
own
that?
cues
That's a lot.
to.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
a lot.
can't you memorize the whole play, which is hours long?
Yeah, but it's not usually just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could
It's
have.
not like a
you could have
soliloquy
notes.
you've
It's
learned.
all
You gotta-
stuff I've said before,
Yeah.
so one thing kind of flows into another.
yeah.
And you
But
remember
you say it a
your
little
own
different
thoughts.
every time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not be able to do that.
You know what trips me out most about comics is you guys having to jettison all your old material as soon as you release it. Like a
You don't
musician
have
can play
to.
and
Right,
play and
right,
play
right.
their songs forever.
Right.
But
Well, like for a special show, I might bring back the hits. You
just
know.
like one or two little, sprinkle in
Just
some
the
of the old
hits.
ones.
Yeah.
Just the hits.
People, but
don't
you're right.
bore
People
us.
don't want to hear the same joke over and over. Or do they?
Depends. I don't
Sometimes
know.
they do. I've
Yeah.
had requests,
Yeah.
which is
Really?
weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
That
but
is weird.
It's funny. You know, you do kind of want to hear
But how
the
did they
delivery.
do
in
they
person.
request it with the punchline? Like,
Well, people are like, "Hey, do that one about
Yeah.
wiping back to front." You know,
Yeah.
You've got a joke about wiping back to front?
I do. Yeah.
Well, you could tell us that, right?
No, I'm not gonna tell you that one.
She's a good business person.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
listen,
right
we've
on
got to
time.
squeeze in another song from John and a song from you.
I don't
Andrew.
have to play, man.
I
I'm
think
here
you
every
do.
week.
I know, but I want to hear something, don't you?
sure.
Yeah. So, what order should we do it in? You want to play one more? And
You
then-
want to go?
You got your guitar. You go ahead.
Here, try this one, man. Go for it.
No, I'll grab mine, but you can play one.
All right.
I got it.
Okay, John, what are you playing?
How about an old Big Bill Brunsey song? Why not?
Yes.
A song called Long Tall Woman.
this long, tall woman. She stand about 6'4". I got this long, tall woman. Stand about 6'4". Sleep in the kitchen with her big ass feet in the hall. Now she's yours and she's mine. Somebody else's too. Now she's yours and she's mine and somebody else's too. Watch out, sucker, I'll steal her right away from you. I got this long, tall woman. I got this long, tall woman. Got the long, tall woman. A long, tall woman. They make you feel so good. You'll leave your happy home. Got this long, tall woman, stand about 6'7". I got a long, tall woman, stand about 6'7". Take a slice of that girl, you get a little body. Got this long, tall woman. I got a long, tall woman. This long, tall woman. This long, tall woman. Make you feel so good. You're gonna leave your happy home.
Yeah, John, Lacey. Hey, so John, where can we steal this music? It's on Spotify.
On the
and
intro
everything?
box, yeah, all that intro box stuff. I'm
And,
all over that stuff, like Amazon and Spotify and I don't know, Kmart.com. Yeah,
What was that last record called? Shut the Front Door, I believe.
Shut the front door, yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I listened to the whole thing. It's on Spotify for sure because I just stole it
From start to finish?
I stole the whole thing.
That's impossible.
How
That
much
doesn't
time
happen.
did you have on your hands?
I just put it on and keep listening. It was great.
Thanks,
it's a great
bro.
record.
Thanks,
And
man.
then there's a whole bunch of other ones before that too.
Yeah, I'm up to about 7, about to release my 8th.
And you have a new one coming out.
Yes.
Oh man, when's that coming out?
Halloween.
Halloween. All
Yes.
right. Okay.
It's kind of like an amalgamation of all the bluesier songs. You know, all these
Oh, cool.
all these tours of Europe. They want the blues stuff.
Yeah.
Some of my
That's what
crazy
the-
shit freaks them out. So
Where do you usually record?
all over. The music shed's my favorite place, though.
Nice, man, yeah.
Ben Lorio and all.
That's my cousin.
Ben's your.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
That's
all
my
us
man.
Dagos in the same place.
that's-
There you go.
yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on, man.
Yes, indeed.
Are you Italian, Tom, with a name like Chanfiki?
I am Italian.
And Lisi's
Oh,
Italian.
Paisan,
Yeah,
Paisan. I can tell by the shoes.
yeah. Where do you guys go? Where do you go to eat Italian here?
Oh boy, my kitchen.
Can you cook?
Exactly.
I'm a good fucking cook.
Are you good too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about you two guys inviting us over for dinner?
Come on over
Sure,
tonight.
anytime.
Yeah.
Good Italian. I'm totally there. Really?
Got you
What do you
covered.
What do you like to cook, John?
Spaghetti.
I was going to
All
say
right.
sauce.
Tom?
Yeah.
Spaghetti. All right.
Sauce.
Addie, are
Pasta,
you
like
up for
homemade
that?
Pasta.
Yes, I'm coming. I love free food.
Maybe we can do it after the show. Oh, maybe after Pippin closes.
Oh, he's going to be too
they'll-
tired.
They'll be
He's
in,
probably
well,
gonna
not
go to
really, because
bed.
they're in bed by 11.
Yeah.
So, we can we would have the dishes all washed and everything by 9:30.
Yeah.
No
Oh, I
problem.
said free food. Sorry.
Free. Well, we could chip in for the pasta. Say we could buy
Maybe
the
if
pasta.
she, maybe a joke, a dish or something.
Oh, that's not
right.
a bad idea.
Yeah.
You don't make your own pasta or anything, do you?
Yeah.
I wish I could.
You,
Oh,
do.
You do?
Tom, you make your own pasta. Wow, with a
Wow.
cranky handle thing.
Wow.
Roll it out.
Wow, nice. How
right.
often though?
Not very. Not often enough.
Well, we'll be the incentive you need
Sure.
to come over. Okay.
Are we incentive enough, really?
Yes. As soon as we get off of here, of course, it's a whole different.
All right.
But we have
Yeah,
this
right.
on record now.
He's being a good actor right now.
Yeah, that's right.
That guy's a good actor. Yeah.
Okay. So when's the record come out? Halloween, the record comes out, and what's this
Yeah.
one called?
It's going to be called "We Show Ain't Saints."
We Show Ain't Saints.
Yeah.
You know what I hate about Spotify is they don't have the date of any record. on
You know what
there.
else I hate about
So
Spotify? You don't know who produced it, who played on it.
Right, there's no
Any
liner
of that
notes.
stuff. What's the
Why
deal?
can't they do
Come
that?
on.
Why
Yeah.
can't they have that as well?
Yeah, it's
Even if it
ridiculous.
costs more. I know.
You know what else? You don't know who wrote a song.
No.
You got a favorite song? I bet you $10 you don't know who wrote it because the person who's singing it probably didn't write it.
You can't find that
You
out
don't
on
know.
Spotify.
Why
I
don't
don't know
people
why.
know who wrote
I
their
don't know.
favorite song?
And if you
It's
try to
ridiculous.
find it on Spotify, it's got album info and all this. It doesn't have anything.
Yeah, no.
It just says what you're actually playing. That's the
Yeah.
only info they've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That is really annoying. For $9.99, we expect a little more for having every song in the world available at our fingertips.
Kinda crazy.
don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, Andrew, what are you playing?
I play I think you've heard a version of this, but it's a new song.
Okay.
I'm working on.
Off your new album, yet to be named. Anybody can use the name of the album that Andrew
I
won't
feel like
use.
new is a descriptor you can't use for something that doesn't exist yet.
What's like before new? What's
It's
that
like a
word?
future album.
This is something that was an outtake from Spinal Tap. What's before new? In
Fetal.
utero.
Fetal, yeah.
Fetal.
Yeah.
Here's a fetal song.
That's cool.
Okay.
What was that title earlier? Not to be named yet, or whatever. You came up with something good.
Title unknown.
Title unknown.
I wrote it down because I thought it could be a good name for the show.
I don't
What-
think I'm that artsy.
Unnamed so far.
Unnamed so far. That's rad. That's it.
So that's what well, it's not just unnamed, it's unwritten. Except it has been
Yeah.
written.
Yeah, it's getting closer every day.
But it's not finished. It's incomplete. It's a work in progress.
I don't know if it's incomplete.
Well, maybe it's
maybe it
finished.
was complete 3 edits ago.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's over. Maybe you've overwritten it.
Maybe I've overwritten it.
We'll tell you in a sec.
Yeah. Can you hear that, sort of? Clementine seeds by your kitchen window. Come tomorrow, I will plant them in the ground. I still want to believe that we reap what we sow. I just thought that we'd be further along by now. Come spring rain, bring the spring clovers, brings the lavender you tuck inside your dresser drawer. And pretty boys would buy you roses on their way to your front door. When you get flowers from me, you will know that I planted the seeds. I believe in you and me. Come spring rain, bring the spring clovers, and I will clear them from this plot I'm tending to. But if there comes a freeze, frost will cover over. I say it like I mean it, 'cause I do. When you get flowers from me, you will know that I planted the seeds. I believe in you and me. Pretty boys would buy you roses
I planted the seeds. I believe real love don't come along easy. Flowers from me, you will know that I planted the seeds. I believe in you and me.
Oh, that is beautiful. Okay.
Good stuff.
What do you think about that?
Loved it. Awesome.
Tom,
Great. Loved it.
Thanks, everybody.
Addie.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, that is. That chorus is going to be huge.
Thanks, dude.
Isn't
It's
it?
changed a lot.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know. Yeah, I keep.
But the chorus, you
Shipping
can
that
hear,
shit.
like it's big now.
You think? Good.
Yeah,
thanks,
I think it's gonna be
It arrives. That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chorus has to arrive, right, John? It's got to arrive.
Well, it swells up now.
Don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
That's right. You know, 30 seconds
That's a
or
great
less.
song.
Get to the chorus. Is the thing.
That's what we're trying to do with the show. We've come to the end of the whole thing. Andrew, that's a great song,
Sweet.
though,
Thanks,
seriously,
dude.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom, why don't you tell them what you really think of it? I will tell you what to say. Hang on. What is it? What is it again?
I was going to memorize that.
Here's your
I'm
script.
amazed and loving
I'm
this.
amazed and loving this.
Tom, thank you so
Yeah.
much, man.
That was great. Hey, thank you so much. John Lacey was here from John Lacey and Delta Funk, who has a new
everybody.
record coming out on Halloween.
Halloween, yes indeed.
Tom Chanfiki is here, whose show opens on Friday the
16th.
of September 2016,
That's it.
the 100th anniversary of Le Petit Theatre.
Be there.
And Eddie Najera's show is one night only, September the
30th.
at the Mudlark Theatre.
Yes.
And there's links to all the stuff on itsneworleans.com. And you can find all these people and go to all these shows and enjoy it.
Yay.
How cool.
Thank you.
What a great
And you can
show.
be on a live album if you
Yeah.
go to the Mudlark, right?
And your laugh can
Yeah.
if your laugh is ridiculous, you'll be noted.
be. Yeah,
You should hear my
Incentive.
girlfriend's laugh. It's the most ridiculous laugh.
that's her.
I hear it
I
there.
can barely
It's
hear it in
good.
the background.
We'll get her in the crowd for you.
We'll get it in there.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is going to work out great. Hey, guys, thank you so much for being here. That's our show. Our producer is Graham DePonte. Christian Unruh is our music director. Thomas Walsh is our technical director. Our live feed directors who put this on Facebook Live are Asher Griffith and Grayson Jernigan. What's wrong with me? Asher Griffith and Grayson Jernigan. That is quite hard to say, actually. Our theme music was written by Mitch Foreman. It was on the beginning of the show. This theme music is being played currently by John Lacey. If you'd like to be on our show and you can sit around a table for about an hour and stay upright, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can also check out many other hours of Happy Hour that's up there, along with some other shows we make here. Out to Lunch with Peter Asciuti, live from Commander's Palace, True to the Game, with the very funny Chris True, Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canada, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker, Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, the podcast about death, which is surprisingly called Death, the Podcast, with psychologist Dr. Ariane Alfant, Questions from the Waiting Room with psychiatrist Nick Pajic, and the inimitable Psych Ward with Dr. Ross Shields. Can you believe we make all those fucking shows here?
That's great.
It's just crazy. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook and on Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well, including Instagram. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page as well. Those photos are taken by the lovely, talented stripper and our friend, the photographer, Alison Moon. Look, she's not listening to that. She didn't hear me say that. She was in a, what was that? The burlesque show over the weekend. So now we call her stripper and photographer Alison Moon, but she's not even listening, so that's great. If you listen to the show on your favorite podcast app, thank you very much for subscribing to us. Take one moment to do this, rate and review us. That actually helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street in New Orleans, which is a bar and a restaurant where they have a fabulous brunch on the weekends and a 3-hour happy hour every day here. Thank you for joining us. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, everyone around here, around the table at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here next week. I'm Grant Morris. See you back here on Happy Hour. Thanks, John.
Celebrate Venus Fashion Week and discover the new fall fashion collection while saving at Venus. This weekend only, spend $100 and get an additional $15 off. Spend $150 and get $30 off. Just go to Venus.com and use the promo code SWEATER to save today.